Back in 2009 is when I was in like the most debt of my life. I think it was like 10,000-ish for credit cards and 17,000 for the IRS.
What was the moment you realized that what was the no more kind of moment for you?
I think it was when I tried to get a used Prius and I was denied because of my credit score. And that was like, I was trying to do the right thing by, I was car poor because I had this really, really expensive car, and we've talked about this before. And, there's this quote, like Jay-Z said, if you can't buy it twice, don't buy it. And it's like, I could not have bought that car once, and I shouldn't have, like, I think I made $70,000 that year or whatever, and my car was probably $56,000, and I was leasing it. It's like, why? But I was in the music industry. I was trying to, keep up with everybody, and I was trying to look really good in front of all these bands. And so I had this really sweet Lexus sports car, my payments were probably like $600 a month, and then plus insurance, and that's ridiculous. You shouldn't have to almost pay a rent with your car, unless you're making hundreds of thousands of dollars,
right.
I was not. And so that was like my first mistake was, taking on a car. I think a lot of people do that. They try to, get flashy with their leased car, and, they can't afford it.
That is the complete opposite of what I do.
Yeah, tell them.
I have a 17-year-old Honda Accord. Mm-hmm. I will have it another 17 years, if barring some wild change in my lifestyle. But yeah, it doesn't matter to me. It gets me from A to B. It's a very nice car, though. I'm seeing a lot. The 07 Honda Accord is having a moment in Los Angeles.
Oh yeah.
I'm seeing a lot of 07 Honda Accords out there now. It's. I think it might be the cool car now. I think it's come back around.
The guy that you used to work with.
Well, yeah, you used to work with a guy at a TV show. He was a writer there, wrote there for many years, which means he had a lot of money. And all the writers there drove BMWs, Mercedes, Lexus, really nice cars. This guy drove a Honda Accord, and I always thought, like
that's the real flex.
That's the flex right there.
Yeah. They always say, who's the millionaire? It's like, look for the person that's not spending that much, and like not flashy. They're just, they're saving like crazy, and it's wild. I mean, I was not that.
No.
I was the opposite of that. Everything that I did was buying liabilities, getting designer purses and, all that stuff. But so yeah, when I couldn't get I was trying to downgrade my car. Like my car loan was up, and so I was trying to get out of that $600 a month payment, and I was trying to buy a used Prius to save money with gas and everything, and I couldn't get it. I had to have like co-signers, and then that deal, since my credit score was so bad, I had to, that eventually the car was like upside down because I owed more than what the car was worth. And so I had to get out of that deal eventually. And then I eventually leased another Prius. So, I went from like Lexus to like, a bunch of Priuses in a row, to try to like save money. And now, I own my car, and it's a way more affordable Lexus. It's a hybrid. It's great. It's smaller. It's it suits me.
A paid off car is one of the best.
Flex.
Is one of the best things you can have. A no car payment. Ooh, that's a nice setup. I know.
That'll be me in a couple more years. I'm paying mine off, but at least I'm owning it now, and it's great. It's way more feasible. It's not $600 a month. That's for damn sure. But yeah, like I know that. I feel like when I was in the biggest amount of debt, I was also at the turning point in my life when I went from the music industry, which I was like partying like a rock star. I, talk about this openly, where I was in all of the A's. I was in AA, NA, OA, because I was eating like crazy.
All the A's.
All of the A's. There's an A for everybody. I just wasn't in GA, I was not a gambler. But I was in DA, Debtors Anonymous, and so it was eye-opening, because the first thing they have you do is cut up all your credit cards, and you're in the rooms with people that are like that have been through the program, and they're now like millionaires, and they're just helping out the people that are struggling, and so you have to basically pay for everything in cash and or your debit card.
Right.
You have to do that for years.
Yeah. Stop the bleeding.
Yeah. Exactly. Stop the bleeding.
How long did it take you from your low point to get out of debt? How long was it? About
from 2009 to totally debt-free 2015.
Okay, so 6 years.
Yeah, and it was like a slow build, but anytime I had enough money to throw more at it, I would. There was a moment in time when I had two amazing bosses, and they I got an interest-free loan from them, and it came out of my paychecks. But they gave me 10 grand interest-free to help pay down my $17,000 to the IRS, and that was, I owe them for, it's like, if somebody does that for you, you'll be a fan of theirs for life.
Sure.
And also, I paid it back. Like I paid it back in a couple of years with my own money from my paychecks. But to have that be an interest-free loan was just, it took so much stress off of me.
Right.
It was a major thing when that happened. So it's nice if you can have help. It's good to ask for help too, because so many times, you just hold it all inside, and it's good to admit and ask for help when you need help.
Yeah. Well, that's the A's, right?
Yeah.
Admit you have a
you're
problem.
Powerless. Yeah, exactly.